Hello guys, Cartoon Retro Boy here, and welcome to SpongeBob Season 8, Part. I think I even lost count of what part this is, but I'm gonna be finishing the whole Season 8, and then we'll go on to Season 9. Oh boy, we're getting started with Season 8. I mean, no. Okay, this is part 3 of SpongeBob Season 8 review. Let's get started. Bubble Troubles. This episode is very unique, honestly. I can't really say anything much about this one because, one, I feel like it's very simplistic. I mean, it is a pretty stiff situation where Sandy needs oxygen to breathe underwater after SpongeBob messed up her oxygen tank by using his spicy hot sauce bubbles. This is the second episode in the entire show that's based around bubbles, so that's pretty fun. Though this is less than jellyfishing, though, because jellyfishing had there was a lot of episodes based around jellyfishing. We had a total of 4 episodes based around jellyfishing in the show. Those episodes being Jellyfishing, Jellyfish Jam, SpongeBob's Last Stand, and Jellyfish Hunter. And we haven't had a jellyfish episode since. We have more Glove World episodes than Jellyfishing or Bubble episodes. That's tragic. Aw, that sucks. Alright. Let's keep continuing, please. Anyway, next episode. Bubbles Troubles is a pretty good 8 out of 10. I really like this one a lot. The Way of the Sponge. It's a pretty good karate episode. I'll give them that. It has some pretty good moments in this episode. And honestly, not a bad watch for Season 8 standards. Pretty good episode. Krabby Patty Who Ate Bikini Bottom. Now, this is my type of Season 8 episode. The pacing is pretty great. This is a pretty good Aaron Springer episode from Season 8. Definitely one of my favorites of Season 8. Definitely number 4 on my list. Number 5 on my list. 9 out of 10. Really enjoy this one so much. This one is really fun to watch. Alright. Next up, Bubble Trouble. Bubble Buddy Returns. This episode is about SpongeBob babysitting Bubble Buddy's son, Shiny. Honestly, why not call it Son of Bubble Buddy? That would have been a better title for this episode. That would have been a better title for this episode. Yeah, this one is pretty boring, honestly. Probably worse than the original Bubble Buddy. But is it really that bad? No, it's not. It's just a 4 out of 10 for me. Pretty disappointing all around. 4 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's not specifically great. It's tarnable. Tarnable. Honestly, pretty not good of an episode, really. Pretty mediocre. Restraining SpongeBob. Oh boy, this is a hot take for this one. I think restraining SpongeBob is not as bad as people say it is. Sure, I don't like seeing Squidward get bothered by SpongeBob in this episode. But I think Squidward gets his karma afterwards. Sure, Squidward doesn't understand that he's supposed to do his job, and he will get SpongeBob in trouble if he doesn't, at least restrict the restraining order. That's where I think SpongeBob gets revenge on Squidward by having Patrick be there. And you know what? I think this is karma for Squidward, and I think it works, personally. Honestly, there is some good parts of this episode. And Luke Vaughn has a few parts of this episode I like. I like the stretching gag. I love the the Butch Hartman style joke where Squidward gets where Squidward flies into the pie that a customer was holding at the right angle and basically goes flying into it. I love Patrick talking to his button. This episode is pretty decent, honestly. It's a pretty good 6 out of 10. Like, I do think it was very close to good, but I feel like there was the pacing of it could have been a little bit better, and Squidward could have been a little bit more unselfish, I guess I can say. I guess it's because I feel bad. I feel like SpongeBob doesn't need to get arrested personally, and I feel like getting him arrested is not a good idea. So that's not a good idea. I understand Squidward is tired of SpongeBob and SpongeBob, but still, you gotta work with him, and you gotta work with him. So sorry if you have to suffer through that, Squidward. Yeah, I feel like Squidward's in the second half kind of drags this down a bit, so that's why I'm not giving it a good episode. So I'm giving it a decent episode. Not bad, but not great. And it has some good jokes in here, so I can give it a good pass. It's passable. It's a passable episode. Fiasco, on the other hand, is mediocre. Very mid. Yeah, you're noticing how I'm using a lot of mid episodes right now? Yeah, a lot of the season 8 is very mid-word, and it's kind of sucks. So, sorry. 5 out of 10. I feel like the whole Plankton just getting chased by the cops thing was kind of boring, personally. It's kind of mid. It's not specifically great, but it's not specifically bad either. It's just kind of mid. This episode is mostly mid, honestly. Not specifically a bad episode, but not necessarily a good one. What's next? Oh god, are you happy now? Okay, so this episode is about Squidward not having a happy memory. Sounds simple enough. But this episode is not very good, and I personally do not like this episode. This is my least favorite episode of season 8, and it's definitely in my top 16 worst episodes of the entire show. I'm sorry, guys, but this episode generally made me uncomfortable, and it felt like Dumped, but worse. At least Dumped had a few things I liked, but this one, nada. Nah, no. I think this episode is worse. I think this episode might actually be worse than that episode. At least with that episode, even though I had some issues with it, it at least had something. But this doesn't. This has just we're being depressed for no. I don't like seeing Squidward depressed and miserable. That just kind of makes me uncomfortable. And the fact that sure, SpongeBob's the main thing that saves this episode from being in the top 10 at least. Because honestly, this episode made me generally uncomfortable, that it might even be uncomfortable as much as Boating Buddies, another Squidward episode that made me uncomfortable and honestly uneasy to watch. So yeah, thanks Season 8. 1 out of 10. Bottom of the list of Season 8. Definitely last place for this season for sure. And don't worry, we'll get into Demolition Doofus at a later point, but we're not going to talk about that one. Let's just move on, please. Planet of the Jellyfish. This episode is really great, like 10 out of 10. Mostly a good episode here. Or maybe 9 out of 10, number 5 on my list. So yeah. Anyway, anyway, anyway. Okay, I'll stop. Planet of the Jellyfish was really so good that they even gave this episode a freaking flat video fan game based on this episode called Around the Clock of Bikini Bottom. Unfortunately, I never played it, or I played it once, but I was scared to death. So yeah, I'm kind of a scaredy cat a bit, so that's why I'm not playing that game as much. Thankfully, I appreciate the person who made that game, but personally, you kind of made me a little scared. So yeah, I'm not really playing it. It's kind of a little scary to me, so that's why I'm not playing it. Oh yeah, I should mention. Are you happy now? It's inspired the Squidward Suicide creepypasta. What the heck is that creepypasta anyway? I don't like that creepypasta at all. I hate the I hate creepypastas in general, so that's why I don't want to talk about it. What's next? Free sample. Oh yeah, free samples. It's not very good. 3 out of 10. I'm sorry, but this one is not my cup of tea. It's just kind of like so lame and so stupid and so bad that I can't even describe how bad it is. I just think it's very not very good and pretty bad, honestly. But that's really it. So yeah, it's a 3 out of 10. I just couldn't get into this one personally. Hopefully the next episode is better. Speaking of the next episode, House House Sweet Rebel. This episode is very mid and very middle of the road and very long. This episode feels like it's stretched out because I feel like a lot of the jokes don't hit for me. And unfortunately, that's what makes it a not good episode personally. And I'm sorry, I just couldn't get into this one as much either. It's it's very middle of the road, okay, and mediocre at best, but that's really it. So, pretty mediocre episode. 5 out of 10. Hopefully the next episode is better. I've been saying that so much, and I can't believe it. Next up, Karen 2.0. I like this episode, but that's really else I can say about it. I just think it's pretty good. Anyway, um, honestly, it's kind of a breakup story, so I can't really say too much, and it's kind of the last good Karen episode, Plankton and Karen crisis episode to be relationship episode to be good. Not to say that Plankton gets the boot is bad, but I do think it's one of season 10's weakest episodes. So that's why. Anyway, that's really it. And no, not finally. Spongiac. This episode is very relatable because I cannot sometimes sleep because I feel like I can't really get too much. I can't sleep sometimes, and it's kind of and it sucks that I can't sleep sometimes. Have you guys ever felt like you can't sleep, honestly? Like, I would sleep on video right now, but I'm not gonna do that because I feel like if I did that, then this video would be over by this point. But I'm not doing that. So, yeah. This episode is very good and very a good 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. I guess I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Right below above the last one. Or maybe actually right above right in right close to Or Report on my list. So yeah, both this episode and Or Report are very good episodes. So sue me if I don't care, because I don't give a crap. Because I like both episodes. Do not judge me for that. And it's because of Patrick. And I do not care what you guys say about, oh, Patrick's a prick in that episode. He's not. He's funny and that's it. Like, stop treating Patrick like he's always a prick. Because he's not always a prick in these episodes. For example, Stuck in the Ringer, for example. Sure, he may be a little idiotic in that episode, but he's not even as bad as you guys think he is. So if you guys are like haters of Stuck in the Ringer, well, sorry, I can't help you. Sorry, but I can't say that I'm not trying to defend this episode, but the episode is not even that bad as you guys think it is. So sorry if you guys think too heavily of Patrick in this episode. Because I swear, you guys always be negative about this episode, I swear. Even Luke Vaughn is probably right about this episode not being as bad as you guys think it is, because at least he doesn't. At least Patrick's not as bad as he is in like Yours, Mine, and Mine or Back to the Past. You know, episodes that Patrick are pretty unlikable in. Anyway, I think that kind of. I think we're getting close to the final two. So the last two are You Happy Now? No. Face Freeze and Glove Roll R.I.P. Okay, so I will say Glove Roll R.I.P. is actually a pretty good episode, but Face Freeze on the other hand, nada. Yeah, Face Freeze is a pretty bad episode, and it's not even close. Seriously, this episode is literally that bad. It's just wacky faces and that's it. It's just boring, forgettable. It's just kind of bad, honestly. Not as bad as like number 3 through 1, but it's definitely like very personally bad and it's not a good episode really. So, yeah, that's 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 not good. That's just not good. That's not a good sign when your top 3 worst episodes of season 8 is literally in the number. It's like 1 out of 10s, but the number 4 and 5 are literally 2 out of 10s, and that's it. So yeah, Face Freeze is kind of the start where I think the modern seasons have like those wacky faces. And let me just say, I think I prefer the wacky faces of the modern seasons over the Face Freeze. At least at least at least the wacky faces in the modern seasons are used for a joke and that's it. Because I don't care what you guys say about over exaggerated faces, because who gives a crap about exaggerated faces? You guys need to stop being SpongeBob boomers, honestly. You guys need to stop being hating on the modern seasons just because of wacky faces. Just look at Face Freeze, for example. At least the modern seasons have better faces than Face Freeze, so that's something. Like, Face Freeze is not a good episode at all. Like, I don't like this episode, and it's overall not very good. And that's it. I'm just gonna say that for right now. So there you go. Review almost over. Let's get to the final episode, please. Or maybe should I review Demolition Doofus here? No, I'll save it for next time. And finally, Glove World R.I.P. This episode is very funny, and I do like this episode. Unfortunately, this is probably my least favorite Glove World episode, so at 8 out of 10. It's pretty much a good Aaron Springer episode, but that's really it. I kind of feel like this one is pretty good, but I feel like there is some good jokes here, but probably my least favorite Glove World episode. Or not probably my least favorite, but maybe like second least favorite. Anyway, let's move on, please. Next episode. Or actually, no. I'll see. I'll do one final episode before closing out. Squiditis is a pretty mid episode, 5 out of 10. I feel like the whole plot just doesn't make any sense because squid disease is not a real disease, and that sounds a stupid disease. So I can't really say anything on that. So yeah, a very dumb and pretty forgettable episode. And I'll save Demolition Doofus for next time. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Sorry if I was a little negative at points. Thank you for guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cartoon Retro Boy is out. And I'll save my Demolition Doofus ranking for later on in the next video.